So this literally shredded itself. Super excited because I'm actually doing a pattern test for the Lark House Collective on Instagram. She's designed the cutest freaking pair of pants. I'm gonna catch you up a little bit on what I've done so far. It's gonna be a little bit more of like a craft with me, embroider with me, sew with me kind of vibe instead of like heavy tutorial type thing. So I'm not gonna be walking you through every single thing. Also because if you wanna make these pants, you gotta go buy her pattern. They're gonna be the foundation pant. I have seen her do some really cute foundation pants with a ruffle along the bottom, which I obviously can't do, but it'd be really cute to do that. So I have this that I had actually bought to make my son's Easter basket out of. And if you watched my last video, I just got him a basket that already had a liner in it. So I have this, and I think this would be really cute to make the pants out of. This weekend, I went to Once Upon a Child with my sister, and I just got this plain blue Carter's t-shirt. So I was like, sure are cute together, and my nails are blue. So that's kind of what we're gonna do. I'm gonna make the pants out of this, and then I've got this shirt. Then I got out my Embrilliant software, digitized this snail, which is an applique snail. So his shell is gonna be plaid to match the pants, and then his body I'm gonna just do in some navy fabric. So that's what we're gonna be doing for this week's video. So I've really just recently started doing machine embroidery. That's like a new thing for me, new in the last few months. And I always was so confused how people line up, like hoop, hello. I like never actually tried to figure out the correct way to hoop stuff. I've just been randomly hooping stuff. So I figured out that method that works really well, which is I'll just hoop, this is poly mesh stabilizer. And then I like to float things more than hooping like the garment itself. I'd rather float it. I feel like I'm just better at it that way. And I just mark 3 dots in the center, and they're an inch apart. And then I'll mark 3 corresponding dots on whatever I'm gonna embroider on with a water soluble marker, obviously, so it goes away. And then I'll use straight pins. And it's not like a perfect method, but it works pretty well. First, I'll put a pin through my middle hole of my shirt, stick that pin through the middle hole of the stabilizer and stick it. Line that one up. None of us know how to hoop anything, and we're all just making it up. I don't think you can hoop anything exactly perfectly. And just kind of adjust this so that it lays nice and flat on here. That looks fine. I won't say it looks great, but it looks fine. I've already got my design loaded in the machine. So also with tiny shirts, I feel like it's a lot easier to get the back of the shirt out of the way if you've kind of pinned the shirt down around the front. So I'm gonna do that. I figured a lot of this stuff out like last week. I was embroidering a shirt for my niece. I'll put a picture of it here. And it was so freaking difficult. Also because I'm an idiot and thought that this hoop was a 5x7 hoop because it has 5x7 inches of like technically room in it. That is not what that means. I learned. So I'll get that in there, and then I can move the back of the shirt up out of the way and not worry about like totally wrecking the wonderful hooping job that I just did. So I've got my little pins in the corners, and I've got a nice flat area to embroider on. I also hemmed and hawed about what color to do this in, and I think I'm just gonna use this kind of neutral blue for all of the embroidery because I feel like the star of the show is the applique part. We'll see if I regret that. Wow! Oh my God, that got so close. This is the snail's body that it just laid the tack down for. This is not gonna be a big enough piece. Nope. So then I'll lay down my fabric that I want the snail's body to be over where that outline is, and then it's gonna just run the same stitch again. I know that because I designed it. Here's the snail's body. Now I'm just gonna use my applique scissors and cut out the extra around the snail, as close to that tack down stitch as you can get. So now this is gonna go back in the machine, and it's gonna do the satin around the edge. So I'm gonna put gingham for his shell. You gotta be kidding me. So then we're just gonna trim right up against that stitch right there. I had a Minty Bee about it. I talked to my mommy, and so this is like made a slightly more complicated problem based on the fact that I like have a whole outfit plan for this, and now I can't use that fabric for it. Because at first I was like, let me just make this satin stitch bigger, but look at how frayed that got. Like it is, I mean, when were y'all gonna tell me that this happened to stuff? I don't even know. I'm like really flabbergasted by it. Have to rethink this because I really want this to work because I love this little blue shirt. It's so freaking cute. This is why I have a whips in timeout spot in my craft room, because a lot of times if you just like leave something and come back to it, you'll think of like a way around an issue. So we're gonna noodle on how best to do this. This is definitely fixable. I just haven't really decided how I want to fix it. So it took me like 40 minutes, but I got the shell ripped off of this. One of you sweetie pies on Instagram told me to put iron-on interfacing on the back of it. Genius. Okay? That's genius. I hope. I don't know. So I've got my fabric. This is the interfacing, and it's got a bumpy side and a smooth side. You want to iron the bumpy side to whatever you want it to stick to. BRB. I ironed this on here really good. So hopefully that, if this doesn't work, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Because I don't want to rip this out again. I really don't want to do that. Are you kidding me? I am gonna put this snail available in my Etsy shop. I think he turned out so cute. I'm not like sure I love the navy as the snail's body, but oh well. I didn't really have anything else that I would have rather done it with. I didn't have like a nice medium blue, which probably would have been ideal, but he's cute. He's got a little face and little antlers. Antenna. So now that this is done and been salvaged, I can move forward with my plan to make some pants. This is gonna be so cute. Okay, so depending on how today goes, I may come back tonight and make the pant. So that's kind of what the stretch looks like. So now I just need to go back and finish the top stitch. I'm gonna scream. This is so freaking cute. So here's his final outfit. How cute are the pockets? This was such a good pants pattern. Super duper easy. Little snail. Again, I made the 1 year size of the foundation pants for this. This is a 12-month, and it was just a plain blue shirt, so I knew I wanted to embroider him something on it. I'm gonna leave this alone for tonight, and I'll take another video in the morning and show you guys in the sunshine what it looks like, and we'll probably wear this tomorrow actually, so yay!